Two more bouts remaining in this Thursday session of semifinal action. We move to the heavyweights, 91 kilograms, 201 pounds, the weight limit. David Tua of New Zealand against David Izon of Nigeria. Tua advancing by stopping Rocek Ruchlov of Czechoslovakia at 16 seconds of the third round on Monday. The Nigerian noisemakers, and David Izon advancing with a 9-5 win over Kirk Johnson on Monday. And there is 19-year-old David Tua of New Zealand, born in Western Samoa. In fact, he had a bye, and he stopped Jose Ortega of Spain on Friday, July 31st in the second round, and Ruchlov in the third round on Monday. Izon in the blue corner stopped Moretza Shiri in round number 3 on Friday the 31st, and Johnson 9-5 on Monday.
The Johnson fight with a Canadian, Kirk Johnson, was a pretty good fight. It showed that David could fight a little bit. Oh, they're both David. Just my luck. Just when I can't pronounce one name, Tua David's come out. Tua David.
And there is referee Huaracun. And we begin round number 1. It is David Tua of New Zealand in the red, David Izon of Nigeria in the blue. Don't forget, our next fight will be Felix Savone against Arnold van der Leden. George Foreman and Evander Holyfield on hand to see Savone perform. And they are not sitting right next to each other. A couple rows apart.
A couple rows apart. It's pretty close when you come to George Foreman.
Well, we have a good buffer between them and Dan Duva.
Dan Duva looks like one of those buds that springs from a sponge when he sits next to George. And those little things that pop out and then they drop off and they're a sponge on themselves.
Minute gone by in this first round. Izon of Nigeria in the blue. He is a hard, heavy-handed puncher.
Right now, both men content to stick in the middle. They're not. To be such big men, you'd think they'd try to put real hurt on one another with a big sledgehammer blows. And they're doing that. Izon, who is taller and much more well-muscled, should be standing outside and popping really strong, head-rattling shots, the kind that even if they don't make points, confuse and uptund you. He's not doing that. He gets in with a shorter guy, thereby see, that's where he should be, right there. Thereby neutralizing his advantage. He's tall. What's he going to get down to the other guy's size for?
Tua has had some success with his left hook.
Well, he better let it fly sometime soon. Not that the other guy's doing anything big to win either. I mean, they're both had an exercise of hitting the sides of each other's gloves here. And they should start to follow Georgie Benton's advice. Hit his arms. Let him know how hard you hit. It don't make him feel good.
.40 seconds to go in this first round. David Izon of Nigeria in the blue, and David Tua of New Zealand in the red.
Neither man dominating at all. Izon maybe has a lead. Slight, but might be. Fighting from outside, he has a wonderful chance of taking apart David Tua, who needs to be inside, punching those little arms and hooking to the head, as you just saw. Good shot.
And round number 1 is complete as we appear to the scoreboard. And the winner is Izon in front by a score of 2-1. Well, coming up on Friday on the Triple Cast, on the red channel, Jackie Joyner-Kersee can add to her medals with the women's long jump finals. Track and field action begins at 5 Eastern. On the white channel, women's tennis finals. Can America's Jennifer Capriati stop Steffi Graf? Find out when women's tennis goes for the gold beginning at 5 o'clock Eastern. That will be on the white channel. And on the blue channel, the hairless hitters. Our U.S. men's volleyball team enters semifinal play against Brazil. And they go all the way. Find out tomorrow when men's volleyball action comes to you live on the blue channel at 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 o'clock Pacific time. All coming up Friday on the Triple Cast. And for Friday boxing fans, the United States Timothy Austin against Raul Gonzalez in semifinal action in the flyweight category. You can see all of that action right here on the red channel. And we begin round number 2. David Izon of Nigeria in the blue with a 2-1 lead over David Tuau of New Zealand. And one of these two gets Felix Savone in the gold medal fight. Good luck. Well, that's if Savone gets past Arnold Vanderlei, and I speculate he will. This obviously the weaker half of the heavyweight draw.
Now, you see, the New Zealander, David Tuau, is fighting much better. Look, I mean, much more energy and landing uppercuts and starting to come up with things. I mean, he wasn't doing that in the first round. Uh-oh.
There's blood on the nose of Izon.
Bang.
And you see that headgear. Perfect illustration right there, Ferdy, of how it's almost sealed in and it comes to a sharp edge, and that's why we've had so many cuts.
That is the best. Now, see, that one's a round one. Now, that's a round one. See, the old way. This, and look at this one strip of Velcro holding it back to. Uh-oh. What are they doing?
It's only blood from the nose.
Well, the doctor is...
Look at that headgear, though.
Since you really can't determine whether it's broken until you take an X-ray, I wonder why all this. Yeah, the headgear is definitely, I mean, cut like a mask from Hollywood movie. It's not, hasn't got a rolling bumper to protect him. This inflicts cuts. Let's leave that for a future conversation, and let's look at this as it's heating up with and David Tuau coming on.
Scoring at will against Izon.
Oh, those are good hammering shots. That's what he should have been doing in the first round. He's not that far behind now. He's coming.
2 minutes to go in round 2.
Oh.
Good body shot by Tuau.
Tuau is really impressive here in that barrage. The battle of uppercuts.
And they tell the corner of Izon to keep quiet.
We've had mercifully few interruptions of about to tell the corner to keep quiet once it got to the top.
Well, Tuau is teeing off at this point.
And I think he's doing damage. I think he's hurting Izon because he's not punching with the effectiveness that he was in that first round, nor often enough. He's just getting out-punched. Harder, tougher punches. David Tuau should stick to that body. He was just working for him. Body and then uppercut to the head. Body and then uppercut to the head.
1:05 remaining in round 2.
See those uppercuts, how they work?
Tuau answers back.
Now, Tuau's not... Oh, look at that shot.
Good left by Tuau. The hook to the head.
When you find yourself calling all one guy's name, you know, the other guy's still in it. Another good shot to the head by Tuau. But he's doing more of the fighting.
He loves that left hook.
Boy, Tuau has just exerted himself. He's forced himself on.
Oh, nice right by Izon.
Yeah, Izon not, he's not fighting. It's just that the other guy's fighting so much more. I mean, Izon putting in a good shot. That was a right to the side of the head. I don't think it scored, but landed.
Izon pawing at his nose. That thing is very bloody.
Don't duck down, he said, but he was really pushed down by the big forearm of Izon. Izon fighting back a little bit more at the end of this round, establishing somewhat of the order he had in the first round.
Final seconds of a blistering round 2. A slugfest. David Izon and David Tuau. As Izon wanders back to his corner. 6-5 Tuau.